Zip. And we are live. I will wait, of course, for everyone to join. In general, if you are watching this on a different time, then it's live, because today is November 1st, I think. Yeah, it's November 1st, and it's 8:30 in the evening, at least here in the Netherlands. So if you are watching this at a later time step, then I will say hello. But if you make a comment that says hello Joshua, then I won't reply because it's not live anymore. So for instance, Nicola says hello, so I can say hello Nicola because that is live. So if you are watching live, as always, just leave a reply or say hello or something, so at least I know who is watching. And like I said, I will just wait a little bit before everybody is in, because the viewers are getting up, I see. Benno is watching. Goedenavond, Benno. So I will do this in English as always, but if you are from the Netherlands, you can type just a Dutch question, then I will translate it for everybody and reply in English, so that's also not a problem. Frederik, hello from Sweden, and hello from Tom. So hello guys, good that you are here. Well, as you might have seen in the title of this video, or on the, what is it, the Facebook thingy that I posted earlier today, let's talk about the sunrise gene in corn snakes. Hello Kevin. The sunrise gene, I don't know, a week ago or something, or maybe 2 weeks ago, somebody sent me a private message, say, hey, do you have to respond to this? Because there was a topic somewhere in a Facebook group saying like, yeah, is sunrise actually a single morph? Because basically everybody only sees it always in amelanistic and ultramel. Fabio from Portugal is watching. Hello Fabio. So yeah, at least I want to tell you my experiences with the sunrise gene, the morph. Question number one is, do anybody of you have sunrise in their collection or even bred with them? Because then I'm extra curious, of course, what your experiences are. Timmy is saying hello. Hello, Timmy. So yeah, the sunrise gene. Before we get any further, do you see this cool Merry Christmas shirt? It's available now again. I will link. I will put the link in the description once I'm done live, because of course I'm live now. I cannot do it. Only available in the month of November again, in 4 different colors. So get your Christmas sweater if you want to support me and look cool at the same time. But yeah, that's loose of the sunrise gene, of course. So, a little bit of backstory. I will show you all my sunrise animals later in this video. So, if you want to see snakes, stay tuned. But a little bit of background. The sunrise gene, or the morph, however you want to call it, is around for quite some time now. I don't know exactly when, but my oldest animals are from 2019, so they're 3 years old, and I got them from Theodora Katsaru from Greece. She bred them, and she got her adults from Steve Roylance, and Steve Roylance is sort of the pioneer of the sunrise gene. So yeah, if she bred these in 2019, maybe the parents are born in 2017, so yes, she got them as babies as well in 2017 or maybe 16. So yeah, Steve is breeding with them for quite some time at least. So they have been around for, let's say, at least 10 years or whatever. But still not a lot is known about it. And, well, I'm not saying I have all the answers, let's be clear about that. But I also think that there is some conflicting information out there, so especially in America. But anyway, we'll get to that later. So, the sunrise gene is, it should be at least a single recessive gene. So it works just like amelanistic or caramel or lavender or whatever. So you need 2 parents with at least het sunrise to create more sunrise babies. And what it does, at least in amelanistic, because I only bred them myself as well in amelanistic and ultramel combos. But they hatch out basically, well, almost lacking all pigment. They look a little bit like bright snows, like snows with some orange. Also a good comparison is a really nice extreme reverse okiti. So they are almost white with some orange. And every shed they get more red pigments. So that's why it's called sunrise, probably because it starts off really bright and then, well, at least bright but not colorful, and then it gets more colorful with age. So basically they start off with less red pigment than normal. And the red pigment gets more and more and more once they grow. So also, if you have a sunrise gene or a sunrise morph, either for me or for somebody else, as a baby they are like super extreme, and then you have them for 6 months or 9 months or something, and then you think, ah, fuck, did I got screwed by the breeder? Because then it looks basically just like a normal amelanistic, if you have an amelanistic sunrise. And but after that they will get more intense red again. So I had it myself as well. I bought them, well, not super, well, I think I got a group of 2.3. I will show them to you. I think I paid 1,200 euros or something. So about 300, no, not even, like 200 or 250 euros on average per snake. So that's not a cheap corn snake, of course. So yeah, after some months I really was thinking like, ah, damn it, that I just bought normal amelanistics. But yeah, I saw baby pictures, and mine were as babies, also really strange. So yeah, definitely something to keep in mind if you ever keep or breed or buy them. So, unless somebody is really against this, but otherwise I will show you some snakes. But everybody likes snakes, so let's just do it. What will be... Well, I will just do it from my hand probably instead of on the tripod. So let us switch. Choop. I will start off with the oldest animals. If somebody's curious, I just put the yellow cards there so I know which animals to show you guys. So that's nothing spectacular. At least I don't know if I say hello to Timmy already, but hello Timmy and hello Christian. So yeah, let's just start, well, sort of randomly. So yeah, these are the 2019s, and these are the females that I bought from Theodora Katsaru from Greece. So yeah, this one I bought as a sunrise Amel Motley, possible at caramel striped, and she proved out had striped this year. So, well, yeah, so basically it's an amelanistic Motley, an Amel Motley, or albino Motley sometimes called. But yeah, she is, I don't know if it's really visible. Yeah, she looks actually, on my screen, she looks pretty the same as in real life, color-wise at least. So she's pretty dark red. Maybe the colors, the ground color on the screen looks a little bit more bright orange, but it's also actually pretty dark orange. I will, well, maybe if this helps. Probably not really, but well, it was worth a try. Let me zoom out again. So this is an example of an amelanistic Motley sunrise. Motley striped genetically, but you don't see the stripe part, of course. By the way, hello Kitty. Then these two are siblings. It's a sunrise Amel Tessera. She was posset Motley, but she turned out had Motley, and a sunrise, sunrise Ultramel Tessera. She turned out had striped. They are both still possible at Enery, but I did not test for them. So this is with Ultramel. I will do a all overview. So here as well, if you would describe it, look-wise, I would describe it as Ultramel Tessera, but yeah, a darker red. Like, yeah, I don't know if you can, like well, if you see this maybe on the screen, you think, well, Joshua, it's just a little redder, normal or something. But yeah, to be honest, with Ultramel, to me, it's not the most spectacular. What is sort of common, well, not that I have a lot of experiences, but do you see there the white spot or the white flecks? And look, there are some too. Apparently that's also part of the sunrise gene, so that it's if they get older, they get sort of random white spots, because she did not have that as a baby. I will do it like this. Is that the most exciting thing you want in a corn snake? No, not per se, but at least it's sort of an indicator, I guess. Again, for everybody watching, by the way, if you did not see the beginning, if you have any questions, just write a comment. I will answer everything, but first, let's go back to some snakes. Chop. So, this one is also pretty nice, I think. A little lighter in color overall, but this is Sunrise Amel Tessera. A little bit more difficult to see the white, but yeah, look, she also has some white, patches missing, basically, especially on the side. But it's a little bit more, like here it looks as well, but that's more just a pattern. But there it's really sort of next to the pattern that she has white. But let's zoom out again. So, is it the most spectacular animal you ever seen? No, not really, but well, they are different at least. Also, to show that they can be different, this one is also bred by Theodora, but in 2020 I got it via Dieter. More about Dieter later, so because he's also working with Sunrise. So this, as you can see, Sunrise butter striped, and how should you describe it? It looks a little bit, of course, it looks like a butter striped because genetically it is, but it's not as bright yellow. It's almost a little bit more toffee color, and not toffee. Well, also toffee the morph maybe, but more toffee the candy color. Well, this one is pretty petalous to the tail, but yeah, that's just sort of a vanishing stripe thingy. So that has nothing to do with Sunrise per se. She is just a little over 2 years, so I did not breed with her. I will do so next year. Usually 3 years is what I keep my females on if they grow like basically normally. But yeah, hopefully you can sort of see. Well, I will try. It looks a little bit like she is going into shed or something, but that's not the case. She shed sort of recently. Focus, stupid phone. No, and snaky. No, snaky. Well, at least sort of you can see the color. It definitely is different than a normal butter striped, color-wise. The reason, let me put her back with one hand. Let's do it like this again. The reason I think she looks like she looks is basically, like I said in the beginning, Sunrise makes red colors become more and more and more, but in a caramel, caramel basically has no red. They have brown and yellow and stuff like that, but no real red pigments. Some people even sort of think that caramel is some form of an anerythristic morph, because they basically have no really red colors. So that's why I think it looks like it does. So it wants to be a bright butter, because there's no reason not to be a nice looking butter striped. But the caramel is sort of half blocking the red of the Sunrise, but the Sunrise wants to compete. So basically the Sunrise and the caramel are both fighting to show who looks best, basically. And that's probably the reason she looks like not really red, because there is no red, but she looks darker than a butter stripe. So I hope that sort of makes sense. Then let's go to some male adults. Basically these are siblings of the females from the two different clutches. This male is, well, maybe one of the coolest. Let me see how I can... so this is a Sunrise amelanistic tessera head striped. Again, the head stripe you won't see, but... So he's also pretty red. And it is different than just, I don't know, a reverse Okiti red or something. It is dark red, but yeah, with a reverse Okiti, it's more, of course, than just a red color. It's also the white and stuff like that. But so yeah, this is a male. And this male, this also with ultramel. So this is a Sunrise ultramel striped. Let me zoom out a little bit. So you can see him in his entirety. So again, if you would see it at a reptile show, first glance you would probably think, oh, it's just a nice red looking snake. But they have something. I don't know. It is not just a red ultramel striped, if you ask me. Especially if you see him in person. They have sort of an extra red glow on them or whatever. Well, so those are the adults I have, but I will go back for a while like this. I also have some sub-adults that I bred in 2021, so they are a year and a half old, something like that. And I started some projects myself, so I will show you those as well, of course. The downside is they are also all with amelanistic and ultramel, but I will show you. But that's one of the issues that people have, because there is so much with amelanistic and ultramel out there. And not really something, just like a normal. So the question, does a wild type Sunrise exist? Well, I think so, but let's get back to that later, because I have some babies to make them later. Let's start with this baby. So, baby, yearling. So in 2021, I bred a the male you just saw, the A-male Tessera Sunrise, to a red factor Snow. So that's why this is red factor amelanistic, het Sunrise and het Enery, and the female was also post het Hypo. I did feed them today, but they got sort of a small prey, so they should be okay. So if you see this guy, he is pretty colorful as well. So pretty dark red, but especially the ground color is way more orange. I do really like him a lot, color-wise. But this is not the same as Sunrise. So I don't think at least red factor and Sunrise, or Snow and Sunrise, do something together. Because this is just, to me at least, a red factor amelanistic. And it's a male, so they are usually a bit brighter anyway. And also the ground color basically, or it's just too orange. It's not as as dark as with the Sunrise amelanistics. Well, I also kept a female from that same clutch. That's with Tessera in it. So this is amelanistic Tessera red factor. She's a little less bright red, but I think it's just because she is a female. Males in red factor are always more bright. Still a pretty female, growing nice as well. But also here, as you can see, the ground color is more a yellow-orange than really a dark red. So a nice looking animal, but yeah, this is also just het Sunrise. So my goal with this pair is to make, amelanistic sunrises, but with red factor. So basically, if you have a red factor gene plus a sunrise gene as an adult and also as a baby, but especially as an adult, that should be really intense red, I hope. But also I can mix it with Enery. So if Snows would hatch, if Enery is in the clutch, so at least everything will be amelanistic and Snows with a dose of red factor and then maybe Sunrise. So maybe it will be difficult to ID, but that's at least the idea of that combination. A second combination I made was, as you can see here, the Ultramel striped. So the father of this clutch is the Sunrise Ultramel striped, and I put him to a buff butter striped. So that's why this is buff Ultramel striped het Sunrise Caramel. And the idea here was to add buff especially into it. So, here, as you can see, this is definitely not a Sunrise. Because it's nice and it's really cool looking, but it's way too yellow. Where's your head? There's your head. So he's really cool if you ask me, but yeah, he's a buff Ultramel striped. So at least we also sort of proved out that buff and Sunrise are not the same. Well, we knew that, but yeah, there is some speculation about mixing it with amelanistic, yes or no. So, well, speaking of amelanistic, we have a sister, so she is orange striped, at Sunrise Caramel. So an orange is an amelanistic buff. And also, she's pretty cool. In real life she's way more orange than in the video, I think. Maybe, let me see if I can make a shadow over her or something. Nah, that doesn't really work. Well, maybe this will work. Nope. So, if she wants to cooperate. But yeah, so she's an orange striped het Sunrise. So, of course the idea is to get buff in there, or well, an orange Sunrise. Like we talked about before, caramel might not be the best mix. But yeah, at least they are het, and I wanted to prove out the male. So the father was post het caramel when I bought it. So at least I wanted to try. So probably next year what I will do is take the buff Ultramel striped het Sunrise Caramel to the female Sunrise Butter striped, because then I would get half Sunrise, half buff, half butter and gold dust, everything striped, everything amelanistic and Ultramel. So that would be a good combination. Christoph is watching, so hello Christoph. Let me see. So we did adult, subadult. Yeah, so some babies. I only kept one baby Sunrise from that I bred myself. Oh, let me sit down. I'm getting old. But I will show you. So this is a 2020 from Clutch 91 Sunrise amelanistic Tessera or Super Tessera striped. And yeah, he is pretty cool, as you can see. Well, at least I hope you can see. Wait, let me try to. Don't escape, Snakey. I only have one hand. Zoom. So this is a sunrise. As a baby, he was bright as you can imagine, like bright orange, and he's already getting darker. But yeah, it's normal. He had 2 or maybe his 3rd shed now. No, he's close to 91, probably just 2 sheds. So every shed they get a little bit more red color, a little darker. Oh, don't fall. Let me see. There's a question. Nicola asked a question. For everybody else, if you have a question about sunrise or whatever, any other question, just write a comment and I will reply to it. So let me see. Nicola says, would you say you can see hints of head sunrise, or do all of them look just totally like they would without sunrise in them? Good question. I cannot say I see head sunrise, but also one, like the first clutch I showed you is from a red vector clutch, so they will get more colorful anyway, so yeah, that's difficult. The second clutch is also sort of difficult because it's with buff, and buff also is color-wise almost towards caramel, so it also is a little bit more towards the brown side. So the orange stripe that I show you is pretty nice looking, but yeah, it could also be the head caramel that makes him a little bit more yellow, so a little bit more orange because of that. Buff is in there, so I don't really see it. But now I will show you 2 other ones that I did not breed myself, but that is those are interesting. Louise says hello from Portugal. Hello, Louise. So the last 2 animals I want to show you are bred by Dieter van Loffelt from Belgium. And well, this is what makes it, one of the reasons I made this video. So as you can see, it's a male, 2022. Dieter van Loffelt is the breeder. That's here in the circle. So this one is a amelanistic tessera, het castani sunkist sunrise. Because he got a castani sunkist, I think even from me. She was poshead and stripe probably or something. And the male was, let me think, an ultramel sunrise tessera, head striped probably, something like that. So if you see this baby, well, you can tell me what you see. So I see a nice dark looking amelanistic tessera. It is nice, and it's pretty red. The ground color, especially in the neck, as you can see, is pretty bright orange. Towards the tail, oh, wait, I need an extra hand to zoom. As you can see here, it's, oh, damn it. The tail is way more normal looking. The red is still pretty nice red, but yeah, the rest is more a little white and stuff. So, is it a nice amelanistic tessera? Yes. Do I see sunrise in it because it's a head sunrise? Nah, difficult. Like I said, it's a nice looking animal, but yeah, it's also head sunkist, head castani. So yeah, there's a lot going on. I will show you the sister of the clutch first, and this is the sort of the cool one for me, because she's tessera, so no amelanistic or no ultramel. She has had amelanistic or ultra because she comes from an ultramel parent, but yeah, same genetics for the rest. And well, ask yourself or leave a comment, even better, what do you see here? So it's definitely a tessera pattern wise. Again, I think it's a nice looking tessera, especially with the orange in the neck. But you see quite some dark reds as well. And here as well, towards the tail, it gets basically a little bit more normal. So if I would see this laying on a table at a reptile show and it was labeled as just tessera, I would not think twice that it would be something extra. At least, yeah, I'm curious what you think. But I would just think it's a nice looking tessera. A wild type tessera. So let me put her back and I will put you guys into the tripod again. That's a little easier for me because especially in America, I'm not saying again, disclaimer, I did not bred those myself, but of course I talked to Dieter about it. I talked with Theodora about it. They are also breeders who work with the sunrise gene. But in America they say that sunrise and castani is allelic to each other. So basically, the best or the easiest comparison, if you have an amelanistic and you have an ultra, and you mix them together, you will get ultramel. So basically an in-between form. So it's a het amel, het ultra. We call it ultramel, but it looks different from a normal. If you would have an amelanistic and an enery, and you mix them together, you will just get normals, het for snow. So those don't mix together. So in America, they say, sunrise on this side is a gene that enhances red pigment. Castani, and that's true, of course, it also enhances red pigment. If you ever seen a baby mandarin, they are basically snow looking, so they also look basically, well, white or at least a little orange. And with age, they also get more red. So the genes, just if you would explain it, they would be similar. But they say you will get sort of an in-between mix as well, because they're allelic. There's the last information I saw about it, I think, was from Sarah's Snake Shop, Sarah Moore. She does a lot of research about morphs and stuff. And she also said, yeah, it's an in-between morph, but we don't know a lot about it. And she did name a name, but I think she said auratum or something. But yeah, to me, at least here in Europe, an auratum is a toffee amelanistic, so that would be a bad match. But to me, if you saw those babies, they come from a homozygous sunrise father and a homozygous castani female. So if they would be allelic, then all the babies should be the in-between form. I don't know what you want to call it, castani rice or sunasti, I don't know, make something up. But all the babies should be the in-between form, because it's from a homozygous sunrise to a homozygous castani. And if you see the babies, well, you can judge for yourself. They are pretty babies, but they don't look like a sort of red enhancing gene to me. Also, as babies, I saw pictures of Dieter when they just hatched. They also did not look like Mandarin or Amel Sunrise, for instance, because then they are like, yeah, if you see pictures on my Facebook page, if you see a baby Amel Sunrise just out of the egg, you cannot mistake it. It's so white and bright orange. Same with Mandarin. If you ever saw an amelanistic baby next to a Mandarin baby that just hatched, the difference is really night and day. An amelanistic is red and a Mandarin is basically almost snow looking as a baby. And that's also logical, because a castani without amelanistic in it looks like an enery baby, or like an enery as a baby. So that makes sense. So at least my theory is so far with the babies from Dieter, that I would say that sunrise and castani is definitely not allelic to each other, so there's not an in-between form of them. But yeah, in America they basically swear it is, but also nobody really shows evidence. So to me it would be way easier if somebody showed a clutch and said, yeah, look, this is the parent, a picture of the mother, a picture of the father, and one is a castani and one is a sunrise, and they are allelic, but you don't see those pictures. So maybe it's just speculating from my side. Maybe what happens is people think they have sunrise, but turns out it's castani, because they are both red enhancing genes. Castani came from Germany, so here that's for people from outside Europe. Here's the Netherlands, here's Germany, so they're next to each other. Castani come from Germany, so inside Europe it's way more common to have them, especially in Germany. It's a really common morph. And of course they are exported as well to America, but it's not as common there. The same with sunrise. It comes originally from America, so it's not that known or popular here in Europe yet. So I'm trying to get that a little bit more popular as well. But yeah, the first ones I ever saw was the adults that I bought in 2019. Before that I also never saw them. When I saw the pictures on Facebook from Theodora, I also had to Google, because I never heard of sunrise. So yeah, maybe it's just sort of a mix-up, that people think they have castani in America and it's a sunrise, or maybe people think they have sunrise and it's castani. That could be a reason why people make babies that look a certain way. But if you, yeah, like if you see these babies, yeah, it really is different to me. So, oh, there's a comment from Nicola. I recently heard about the US castani, didn't know that before. So maybe it is actually different genetically, and the US morph is allelic. Well, that's also definitely a theory that could be. I also know in America, because castani is chestnut in English, so sometimes in America they call it chestnut, or kistashi is also used sometimes, but I think that is for like a locality or an old subspecies or something. So it is a little bit confusing, but at least well, if just going by the clutch that Dieter produced, he got a Castani from it's not my line because I also bought it, but from the German line of Castanis, to a Sunrise from the American line, because I think his Sunrise came from Theodora and Theodora got it via Steve Roylands. So basically it really is a European Castani with the American Sunrise, and that doesn't match. So is it allelic? I don't really think so. Another fun thing, by the way, I did not even show you those. Whoop. I also bred something else funny, but oh, now I'm really up close. Sorry, sorry for the close-up. I will show you, where is it? This one. So I did an, which one was it? Oh yeah, the Ultramel, Sunrise Ultramel striped to a scaleless AML. So I was thinking I would produce all AMLs and Ultramels, had Sunrise scaleless striped. So that could be, well, it is a cool project anyway. But she only had 5 good babies hatching. But this is one of the babies that hatched. And that's why I wrote on the label Het or Hom Sunrise. Because it actually, yeah, if you want, you should look up the Facebook post as babies. But they actually look like Sunrise. Or Sunrise Amel, of course. But yeah, the female, she is born here. And I never had Sunrise in the line. So I don't, it could be that she's had Sunrise, but I don't think so. To be honest, also, this is an Ultramel, by the way. They are not as color or not as cool anymore as they were as babies. But, well, so I put the question on Facebook in a Cornsnake group. Like, yeah, what do you guys think? Is scaleless maybe allelic to Castani? But yeah, most people said, yeah, no, because we know that scaleless is not allelic to Castani. So Sunrise should also not be allelic to scaleless. So I don't think scaleless and Castani, or well, I know scaleless and Castani are not allelic because I bred combinations out of them and they produce normals. And I also have a scaleless Castani male. So scaleless and Castani are definitely not allelic. So I don't think scaleless and Sunrise are. But it is strange that, yeah, from a normal amelanistic scaleless female, sort of Sunrise type animals hatch. So it is still a little bit of a mystery, also to me. So I didn't make this video to tell you how it all is for sure. But yeah, I do want to share my experience. So yeah, I'm also always glad, yeah, if you share your experience with me. So yeah, the more we know together, the more we can learn, basically. So at least let's sort of do a short resume. I like Sunrise. I have some Sunrise. So far, all my Sunrise are amelanistic or Ultramel. So I don't have a wild type Sunrise yet. Let me have a quick sip of Future-Morphs drink. Subtle plug. If you come to Houten in end of November, you can get these. My theory, or at least I think that a normal Sunrise will exist. Probably it will look similar to a Castani as a baby, so maybe an Enery-like baby, and with age they get more colorful. But that's just speculating at this moment. I don't guess that at least the European Castani is compatible or allelic to Sunrise. But that's just from the one clutch that Dieter produced. What else? Well, yeah, also funny. Well, maybe not funny. At least it's being made with butter, because I have a Sunrise butter striped. But I don't think, well, I basically know for sure, I never saw a Sunrise snow, for instance. And I'm also curious how it will look. So at least I have the ingredients now to make them. Because the adult females are just post-het Enery, so I will try to prove them out for Enery, of course. But at least I have the pair of Red Factor Amel and Red Factor Amel Tessera het Sunrise Enery. Because I'm curious what a snow will do with Sunrise. Also, just thinking out loud, but if you would compare it to a Castani snow, then basically you don't see a lot, especially the first year or something. I know that EC Reptiles has produced Castani snows a couple of years ago already, and maybe still produces them even. And if you see like a yearling or a subadult, you do see that it's sort of a snow with a nice soft pinkish colors coming through. So it is a little different just by look, but it's definitely not like sticking out. So maybe a sunrise snow would look the same. So maybe as a baby it's just a normal looking snow, and the more it develops, the more red will come through. Maybe it's, but I don't really think so, but maybe it's similar to a red factor snow, because a red factor snow as a baby is also pretty normal looking. It gets more pink with age. But red factor is way more intense, bright red color compared to sunrise, especially when they get older. So I would imagine it would look more like a castani snow. Yeah, what else? Yeah, I'm just curious about it. So yeah, if you also have sunrise, then please let me know. Also, if this live is over, just leave a comment. Oh, Christoph, hello Christoph, and hello to Rick. They're both watching. Well, speaking of Rick, I have to have a quick note, because I'm getting old and I cannot remember everything. But Rick is one of my patrons, so just a quick shout out to all my patrons. Nicola from Boeboe Snakery, Sander from Sami Snakes, Arjan Wulder, Dieter van Lofvold, the breeder, definitely follow him as well, because yeah, he breeds quite some cool stuff. Monique and Linda from Black Pearl Corns, Dominique van Dijk, Martina from Serpentini, my dad is also one of my patrons, Linda Scheuter, Anja Hogestein, Richard Smit from the UK, Andrea Jonker, Tanja Pilger, Christopher Schave, Solar Serpents, Daniela Solowski, Philippa Tamme, Hetty Thompson, Christine Biller, Florian from FG Reptiles from France, also shout out to him, and Rick, as I said, that just commented. So those are all my patrons. So if you want to have access to over more than 60 really educational, informational videos, go to patreon.com/FutureMorphs. I will put a link down as well. It starts at €4 ex VAT, so not even €5 per month, and you can have access to all the videos. For not even €10 a month, you will get cool monthly deals. Also access to my holdbacks that I'm selling at the moment. So you will get first access before everybody and anyone else can see them. So definitely check out Patreon. Also check out my FutureMorphs store, where you can buy this cool Christmas hoodie or sweater, but also some other cool t-shirts and stuff. So if you want to support me, those are definitely good ways to do it. Or of course just come to a reptile show and say hello, that's always nice as well. Rick says, can't wait to see you again and get even polar, I guess. Well, Rick, that's not bad at all, so definitely see you soon. Oh, Monique, well, Monique, you're too late, I'm just closing, but I did shout out your name for Patreon, so Monique is also one of the patrons. So if you have any further questions, just send me either a private message or leave a comment here below. I will see it, but I won't comment live anymore. And yeah, especially if somebody sees this and has experience with sunrise. Also, if you totally disagree with me, please let me know. Also, if you agree or have different views, always let me know, because I'm never, well, I'm too dumb to not learn. So I'm smart enough to always learn something new. Thanks for watching at least, and see you guys in the next live. Bye bye.